Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome to another video. And today you join me in the back of the Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid, and in front of me you see a screen, and if you haven't already checked it out, it says on there, configure your Rolls-Royce. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I will be configuring another Rolls-Royce today. It will be a Rolls-Royce Cullinan. So if you haven't already actually watched my previous videos where I spec up two brand new Rolls-Royce Cullinans in the back of a Rolls-Royce Phantom 8, you need to click just here. Watch this video and you'll see me adding on to the Platinum's extensive fleet of Rolls-Royces by adding a Dawn and a Cullinan. However, today I woke up in a good mood and I thought, you know what? The demand is there, so we shall supply. We are now ordering another Rolls-Royce Cullinan. So this one, to everybody's surprise, is going to be black again, but it's going to be black with orange and starlight headlining, but it's not going to be a full complete orange out. It's going to have elements of mandarin, elements of orange. So before we start this video, I'm going to quickly configure it in the back of this Porsche Panamera Turbo S, because shortly I will be showing you around this car. So what better way than starting the video off with configuring a brand new Rolls-Royce Cullinan in the back of this Porsche Panamera Turbo S. I'm not just doing this for the sake of it, we are really out here adding to the Platinum fleet. Right, let's crack on with today's video. Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Last time you joined me in the back of the Rolls-Royce Phantom 8, specking up two new Rolls-Royces. This time you join me in the back of the Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid, specking up yet again another Rolls-Royce, this time being in a Cullinan, and yeah, we went for black with mandarin details again. Shock. Right, let's move on nicely to the car that is on display here right now. It is the Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid. Now, this is a very, very, very exciting car for people that know their cars, for people that understand engineering. For those of you that know which brand dominates when it comes to performance, you know about this badge. You know Porsche are well and truly up there when it comes to building bulletproof, strong, very good high performance cars. The Porsche 911 Turbo S was one of my favorites, and when my friend bought this Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid, I was very excited, to say the least, to get my hands on it and check it out for myself, because the 911 Turbo S, like I said, is actually one of my favorite sports supercars. I can't really call it a sports car because it's a supercar killer. But yeah, what does this have under the bonnet? It has a 4-litre V8 that produces 550 brake horsepower, but because this is the e-hybrid, the hybrid motor adds another 140 brake horsepower to the car. So if you do the maths, that's nearly 700 brake horsepower under that hood. It's a very special car. The time that I've had with it has been phenomenal. That's why I asked my friend if I could borrow it for the day and share it with you guys here online. So that's what he's done. So a big thank you to JR. If you're watching this, buddy, thanks for sharing this with my subscribers and my followers. We really appreciate it. Right, let's have a quick look around the car on the outside, then we'll have a quick look at the car inside, and then we'll take it for a little drive. What do you think? Yeah? Wicked. Give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying it so far. Right, first and foremost, when you actually look at the wheels, you cannot help but notice how blooming big these brake discs are and how big that caliper is. That has got to be one of the biggest calipers I have ever seen on a road-going car, and that is needed. Obviously, if you've got performance under the hood, you've got near enough 700 brake horsepower, you've got a 0 to 60 time of around 3.2, 3.3 seconds, you also need that stopping power, especially when you've got 4 people in the car and the car weighs just under 2,400 kilograms. That's quite a heavy car. A lot of that weight is actually the hybrid motor as well, so but you really don't feel the weight on it when you're out on a drive, and we'll show you that a little bit later on. Moving to the side of the car, when the Porsche Panamera was first released, it was quite a controversial car. A lot of people were saying it's an ugly duckling, but it grew on people. And I think over the generations, they have really morphed it and kind of evolved it into a very, very cool 4-door hyper saloon. And I'm going to call it a hyper saloon, and you're going to realize why a little bit later on. Moving on to the back of the car now. I love it. I actually love it. You'll see it a little bit later on that these lights, in fact, let me see if I can put these on right now. What I like about the back end of the car is this light here that runs against the back. Just as you can see, all the way across at the back, it really emphasizes the width of the car, and I just think it looks super sexy when it's just driving down the road. It looks proper. There's actually, the back of this actually raises up and the spoiler actually comes out. I don't know if I can do that manually to show you guys right now. Let's have a look. See, I don't know everything about cars. I have to still call my friend to find out. Hey, Junaid. Yo, all good, bro? Yo, how does the spoiler come out on this if you want to pull it out and it's on standstill? Okay, so on system, yeah. Okay, on the touch screen. Oh yeah, it says car. Yeah. Oh yes, you sick guy. Oh yes. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Hey, there we are. See, I don't know absolutely everything about cars before anybody says, hey, Aleem, you know everything about them. I don't. Just had to get on the phone to my friend to demonstrate that. So there you have it. The spoiler comes out. That is a pretty snazzy spoiler. So it comes out at high speeds. I can't agree and say that it completely fits the shape of the body, but because it tucks itself away and only comes out when necessary, I don't mind, because if it aids the performance at high speed, who cares what you look like? It just needs to do the job. We're going to tuck that back in, actually. That's a very cool spoiler. Let's tuck that back in. Okay, we'll leave it there. Right, okay, moving on to, well, we're still going to stay on the rear of the car. The exhaust, the car. You're going to find out shortly. The car sounds phenomenal. Moving on to the side of the car, first of all, we can see that it is a very lengthy car. That's good because it means more comfort in the back and better environment for your passengers, because it is important. And then going on to like the badges just here, look, we can see an outline of an electric green, kind of this, it's called acid green. That's a color that is associated with Porsche's hybrid technology, that acid green. So they've kind of 3D'd it on the badge over here. But other than that, I've always been a big fan of the Porsche Panamera. If you guys have followed me for a while, you'll know about PP13 PET, Porsche Panamera 13 Papa Echo Tango, which was the Platinum Edition 3 litre, or was it a 3.6, what was it? I think 3.6 diesel. Yeah, that was a really good car. It was great on fuel economy, and yeah, it was just super, super cool. Shall we head on into the inside? All right, come on into the car and let me show you a little bit more. Okay, so as you enter the car, first of all, you're greeted with a similar steering wheel to the Generation 2 Porsche 911 Turbo S, which is not a bad thing at all. Super thick, super sporty, and looks very nice and fits into the environment. Other things to note are the dash, very clean cut, minimal buttons. As you can see, everything now with technology advancing so quickly as well, we've got everything is touchscreen. There's only buttons on the steering wheel, but everything else here, when I start the car, illuminates. That's about it, really. It's a very clean cut interior. The seats are very sporty, like them. They actually remind me of the 911 seat a little bit, but it's got like the comfort and sporty levels that you require from a super sedan. Other things that I really like about it are the panoramic sunroof. You actually have two here. There's a piece that goes into the middle. I think that's probably for reinforcement in case you topple the car over. But we have one sunroof here, one in the back, lots of light being allowed into the car. And then when you actually start the car, so the car actually right now is started, but it's in electric mode. As soon as we shift it into sport mode, sport plus mode, you can hear it come alive. And once it comes alive, listen to this. Sounds pretty naughty to say the least. Oh, we're going to put that back into electric mode, right? Okay, going on to the screen, the infotainment system, very extensive infotainment system. You can customize a lot of the options, including the ambient lighting inside the car. When the air conditioning is throwing out the air, when it's distributing the air, there's actually features in here, such as this, when you click climate, that you can actually choose how the air is diffused out. So if you want it in a certain area, if you want it diffused, if you want the air to be focused, where you would like it spread out into the car, there's a lot of customization, a lot of flexibility in how you want the cabin. So that's what I like about this car as well. Going on to the media, it's got the great sound system on it. This is actually the Burmeister sound system. A very, very good sound system. Cannot complain. Also, going on to the individual setup in the car, you've got e-power, you've got hybrid, you've got sport plus, and you've got individual settings as well. Having had Porsches in the past before, I kind of know what this all means, but the new ones to me are the e-power and the hybrid buttons. Sport plus, and individual we've dealt with before. The Manettino, shall we say, is here as well, so you can flick between sport plus, electric, hybrid, sport, and all that sort of stuff. Other than that, it is what you expect from Porsche. High build quality, superb materials being used, and at £140,000 brand new, damn right I would expect that quality. Shall we take it for a drive? I think we should. So guys, it's time to take the Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid for a drive. We are ready to go now. A little bit confusing sometimes with electric hybrid cars. You don't know if they're started. And off we go. So this is actually maybe the third or fourth time I've probably driven a hybrid car. So we were running on hybrid electric power up to 30 miles per hour, and then the petrol kicks in. If I actually flick the Manettino to E, it is now completely in electric mode. But we are going to be keeping it in sport. Wow. Oh wow. There is enormous amounts of power. However, this car can still behave like a super saloon executive car, you know. The steering, it has four-wheel steering, which is so good for handling and maneuverability. It can take 3-point turns in the middle of the road very easily, a bit like the Lamborghini Urus. Now, funnily enough, even though this is a hybrid and whatever, there is no petrol in the car, so we will go and stop for some petrol. Quick little fuel stop, all systems go. Oh, you can really feel that there is a beast lying underneath that bonnet every time you tap the accelerator a little bit. A 4-litre V8 twin turbo that produces around 700 brake horsepower. Are you crazy? Oh! 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 This belongs on the German Autobahn, to say the least. Oh! It delivers power a bit too good, if you know what I mean. It's very, very clinical in the way that it just delivers the power. The torque just sucks you into the seat. There's not many cars that can pull your organs right back into the seat, and this is one of them. Woohoo! It's also got lots of parking aids, parking assistance, so lots of cameras, lots of sensors around the car. We've got a front camera, for a rear camera, we've got a side camera, you see, for the curbs, make sure you don't scratch those beautiful wheels. The performance on this is very, very, very similar to the 911 Turbo S. I know you probably were thinking, well, how can that possibly be the case when that has around 580 brake horsepower and probably weighs about 500 to 600 kilos less than this? But believe it or not, they've done it somehow. They've done it somehow. Oh, ridiculous. Ridiculous, brother. Ridiculous. So the car actually comes alive when you put it into manual mode. Oof. It's turned into a whole new beast. I just discovered this. Wow, wow, wow. The pull is ridiculous. This must have an incredible 0 to 60 time. I don't know the exact timings. I don't really check car stats. I just go off what I feel in the car. On this one, I did actually check up the stats, the full complete figures, and what I have told you is pretty accurate. Anyway, second gear, 30 miles per hour. This thing flies. Oof. It is ridiculous. The braking power on it is phenomenal. The first time I ever experienced a Porsche Panamera Turbo S, I can't remember if it was an e-hybrid, but it was definitely a Porsche Panamera Turbo S, was when I went to go spec up my Bugatti Chiron, and they picked me up from the airport in a Porsche Panamera Turbo S e-hybrid, and not gonna lie, fell in love with it there and then. Which is very lucky that my friend went and bought one. It saves me from buying one. I also personally love it in the color configuration that it's in right now. I know I love my black cars, but I have a soft spot for silver cars as well, especially the German cars, so like the certain BMWs, Mercedes and Porsches, I feel look good in the silvers, the grays. It's also got lots of aids as well, like lane assist. It's also got the laser lights. So I know a lot of you guys were saying, Aleem, why didn't you get laser lights in the brand new M3 that you just bought? Like I said, I'm going to be picking up a few more M3s, so hopefully in the next ones I will have laser lights. I was actually with my friend last night. We went for a drive and I was just watching how everything was illuminating, and laser lights are pretty cool. I think it's a must-have feature. Enough of driving it on this Sport Plus Sport mode. Let's move it into E mode. It's saying that my E range is 11 miles. So that's quite good. Woo! Wow, gliding. So it's in E mode. How fast can you go on just the electric motor? That is the question. So it's nice to know that a car like this, a 4-litre, big V8 twin turbo, producing all that power, you can just drive it around in central London in a built-up city centre area on electric power, which is fantastic. But my favourite part of the electric mode is the fact that you can pull off the driveway late on the night without making any noise. That's a cool perk. Brakes are ridiculous.
Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Took you out in the Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid, refreshed my memory and reminded myself why this is one of the best super sport saloons out there on the market. Big thank you to my friend JR for lending me the car for the day. I know you will happily lend me the car for a month, but you need to take it back now because this is super dangerous, super fast, and it's going to get me into trouble very, very fast. So please come and take it away. Before you take it away, can I just point out this number plate?
I bet you that cost a pretty penny. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Make sure you subscribe, share and like. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Comment below on new video ideas that you would like to see. Lots more fun content coming to the channel. Make sure you hit the bell notifications button, all of that good stuff. And I'll see you soon for more content. Take it easy, guys. God bless. Keep smiling. Goodbye.